Hey, Mark from Whole Latte Love. Morgan's with me.
Hey, Mark, what do we have today?
So today, a couple grinders from Cuisinart. We have the CBM-18 and the Supreme Grind. Both, look kind of similar. These are lower cost grinders, but they're going to be fine for doing drip, pour over, press, that kind of thing. Wouldn't really suggest them for espresso. They both allow you, so they both have 18 grind settings, adjustable here by turning the hopper. Same thing over on the Supreme Grind. Also, both use you select the number of cups you want, and then it kind of uses a timer to dispense coffee. So over on the CBM-18, you select your number of cups here, and then you press the start button, and it'll grind for a time, it figures is right for that amount of cups. So you might have to work with that a little bit to figure out exactly what you want. No digital display over here. This one's a lower cost grinder because of the digital display, and something else we'll get into in a minute. But you can select the number of cups here, press the start button. Sounds like a vacuum cleaner, really. The only way to stop this is to slide it back.
Okay.
But what I really want to show you is the burrs, because burrs make a big difference when grinding coffee. So I'm going to take these off. So over here on the CBM-18, we have it's a conical steel burr. This is typically used in, you'll find these in other manufacturers' grinder. Pretty good setup. Grinds well, and you can see it's fairly large, and it's made of steel, so it's resilient. Steel can wear down a little bit over time. Not really a concern unless you're grinding rocks. So we go over here to the Supreme Grind. It has a really different sort of a burr. This one is a flat ceramic burr, and you can just see how much smaller. I don't know if you can see in there.
Yeah, we can kind of get a look inside. Okay.
But a lot smaller burr. And also this thing, when I started up before, you heard it. It spins super, super fast. Now, as you go up into higher quality grinders, especially those, oriented more for espresso and stuff, you find typically that they grind a whole lot slower. And the reason is, when you grind faster, you're creating more friction and more heat, so you're cooking your ground coffee just a little bit.
And what does that do?
Well, that's going to, as you heat up the coffee, it's going to release flavors that are not going to end up in your cup.
So you're going to lose a little bit of that flavor and aroma.
Yeah. Might not be a big deal for some people. For others, it's going to be a very big deal. If, those into espresso, they probably wouldn't want to do that at all. So I'm going to put some beans in both.
Okay.
So you got hoppers up here, and we'll grind with both.
So on this one, I do like how it has the labeling for espresso, drip, and French press, both on the dial as well as up top here. Yeah.
So if you see when we turn this, it kind of tells you the number that you're at, grind setting wise, and also kind of there's a little icon. I don't know if you can see that in there.
So that can be helpful for people that are just, getting into brewing coffee at home and maybe don't know what range they want to be in for different types of coffee preparation.
Yeah. So again, you just select the number of cups you want here. Now that's just basically a timer, really. I'm just going to set it to 2. We're going to go all the way coarse, and we'll take a look at the grind. We're at 18. So I'll just I set it to 2. Now you see, this one grinds. It spins really fast, too, compared to a lot of, I'm going to stop that.
Really fast, yeah.
Really fast. So it grinds very fast. But there is an example of our coarsest grind setting. That to me is like, and you do notice, in a lower cost grinder, you don't have a lot of consistency in the particle size. You can see some big chunks in there and some fines.
But that would work for French press?
Yeah, I mean, you do get some fines in there. So as you go up in price and grind, you're going to get a more consistent grind as you spend more on a grinder. So something to keep in mind.
Yep.
So we'll do this on its finest setting. Now they label espresso on here. I guess if you're using maybe pressurized portafilter in a lower cost espresso machine, you might get away with these. I wouldn't really recommend it. And then I'll stop that again. And you can just go manual on this one as well too. So you can just press this button. Oh, if there was coffee in there, and just grind away. So here's our finest grind. So yeah, it's pretty fine. Not really what I'd be looking for espresso, but you can get away with it in a pressurized portafilter.
Okay.
So we'll go over to the Supreme Grind here, and And let's go all the way coarse with this one. And again, it's got that slider up here for the number of cups you want, and it's just a timer thing. I'm just going to set it here. We're going to end up stopping that. And just a really different sound in that. It's going really, really fast. Again, the only way to stop that is to slide that switch back over. We'll take a look at our coarsest setting here. So,
very coarse.
Very, very coarse. We'll get rid of that. And we'll go all the way fine and see what we get on the finest. And these are straight out of the box. We'll set that back to 4, press start. So these are going to be direct drive. So the motor is kind of directly connected to those burrs. As you go up in price in other grinders, you're going to get gear reduction, which helps those burrs spin a little slower. Doesn't transfer as much heat. So again, pretty fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, could you get away with it in that pressurized portafilter? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but don't try to, use this on a nice high-end prosumer machine.
No, you wouldn't be happy with that at all. They also both come with a scoop for measuring out your coffee, and a little brush is on the other end. That's kind of handy. So when you take this off, you can brush the burrs off inside.
Okay.
So, let's see. I think that pretty much covers it on these guys. Again, lower cost grinders, both from Cuisinart, CBM-18, and what the heck was this one? It's the
Supreme Grind?
Supreme Grind. Thank you, Morgan. I don't know why I blanked out there. They're both available where?
At WholeLatteLove.com.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Hey, why not subscribe now for easy free access to more videos on everything coffee, brought to you by WholeLatteLove.com.